I just left Walgreens and I came for my lab work, as you can see, and I got this giant bag, okay? So it turns out that 2 of the things that I have to do, oh, there's a person in that car right there. 2 of the things that I have to do 2 24-hour urines. So this one has stuff in it. Hydrochloric acid, 24-hour urine collection container. All day today I have to, every time I pee, it has to go in this container, and then I have to bring it back to them tomorrow. And then tomorrow there's this container which doesn't have anything in it. It's just a 24-hour urine collection container with no preservative. This I will do tomorrow. Everything, all the pee, all the urine except the first one goes into the containers. And so I've only peed once today because I came straight here after, you know, taking Merlin out and showering. I haven't done anything today. So I can start that today. Okay. And then the rest were just normal blood work. So the one with the preservatives is to test catecholamines, fractionated. And the second one that doesn't have the preservatives is for the metanephrines fractionated. So I don't, I'm not really sure what that's for. I can look it up when I get home. But that's what I'm going to be doing for the next couple of days, I guess. I did plan to dash today, but like right now I have to pee. So like how am I going to be out and have to pee? You know what I'm saying? Like I can't carry that around with me. So I think I'm just gonna change my plans today and tomorrow. I'm just gonna stay home so I can collect pee. And then my endocrinologist appointment is on Friday. And so on Friday, hopefully he can tell me all the things that are wrong with me and help me. I just left the endocrinologist's office and I drove over here to my spot so we could have a little discussion. I go there. I go into the room to wait for the doctor. There's a knock on the door. A lady comes in. She's not the doctor. She's a physician's assistant. She says, "Oh, I haven't met you before." I said, "No, it's only my second time here." She sits down and she said, "You were supposed to have labs done." I said, "Yes." She said, "Why didn't you do them?" I said, "What?" She said, "You were supposed to have labs done. Why didn't you get them done?" I said, "I did get them done." She goes, "You did the 24-hour urine test?" I said, "Yes." She goes, "All right, let me go find out what happened to them." So she leaves the room. So like right off the bat, that's how she starts out. So she comes back and she says, "Okay, yes, I see that you had them done, but the results aren't in yet." She's like, "So there's not really anything you know, that to discuss at this visit since we're still waiting on the results." I said, "Well, what about the rest of the lab work? You know, I mean, the only thing you didn't get yet was the urine. What about the blood work?" So she says that the ACTH or whatever was low. said that's something from the brain that, you know, signals the adrenal glands to release hormones, and that's low. She says, but we're not going to know why that's low until we get back the urine. And I said, okay. I said, but about, you know, the blood sugars and things like that. She says, yeah, they're a little high. The fasting blood sugar was 124, and your A1C is 6.5, but that's not really high enough, you know, to really have any medication or anything like that. I said, okay. I said, so what are you looking for in the urine test? What is that going to tell you? So she basically said something about if it's high, then they would send me for a CT scan of my abdomen, because the most common reason that those would be high would be that you have an adrenal tumor. Now, the cardiologist has already done ultrasounds of my kidneys because they checked my renal arteries. And so there's no tumor. I said, okay, so if it's high and you do a CT scan and there's no tumor, then what is it? So then she said, well, it could be Cushing's syndrome. It's like there's like Cushing's syndrome. Let me see if I can pull it up for you here. So basically Cushing's syndrome is rapid weight gain, round face, thin extremities, and skin changes like purple stretch marks and easy bruising. I do not have thin extremities. They are equally as fat as the rest of me. So I don't believe it's that either. And I remember looking up hyperaldosteronism and what can cause those things, and I remember the tumor and the Cushing's disease, but there were other things as well, and they're not coming to my mind right now. So if I remember when I'm putting this video together, I will look for those things and put them up on the screen. Also, let me look up A1C. So A1C level of 6.5 or higher is considered diabetic. A range of 5.7 to 6.4 indicates prediabetes. So I'm not sure why she would act like that's not a concern. It's concerning to me. So now, because the urine hasn't come in, now I have to, once she finally gets the urine results in, she will call me to tell me the next steps that I need to do. If the urine comes back and it's not high, I didn't even ask you know, what the next steps would be after that. So basically I went in again for absolutely no reason, for no help. You know, here's another $125 for absolutely nothing. Thank you. It's very frustrating. And you know, Because, you know, like the A1C and the blood sugar, like I don't need an endocrinologist to fix that. You know, that just comes down to diet. But like if there's something wrong with like my adrenal glands. Oh, and I didn't even ask about the thyroid. She didn't tell me. So I don't even know what that came out to be. Anyways, listen, now my nose is running. I'm going to go home and first I'm gonna wipe my nose. I gotta go home and do some budget things, and stupid Uber Eats needs everything, like a new picture, your ID put in again, like all this stupid crap. I was gonna dash today. I don't know if I'm gonna dash today because I don't really want to be out here walking around crying, you know what I'm saying? So I might just go home and stress clean. I might do that. That's it. That's all I gotta tell you. I have no idea when I'll know anything. That's all. Now there's some people walking by, wondering why there's a fat lady sitting in her car crying. Don't worry about it. Mind your business. And I'm leaving. So oh, I do have some good news. We finally got Potato enrolled in school. I had to get upset with somebody on a phone call yesterday, and they finally gave her a seat, reserved her a seat, and brought the paperwork to the school yesterday. So she'll be starting in person after Thanksgiving break. So she's very excited about that, and I think it'll be good for me too, because having her on a like a set schedule like that, where, you know, we have to get up at a certain time every day, I think it's gonna put me like in a really good routine of things. So, you know, dropping her off at school and then like immediately going for my walk, coming back, you know, showering, eating, going out to dash till I pick her up, coming home, you know what I mean? So we can kind of get in like a rhythm of things that I think will be beneficial for me. And then, you know, I'll do more walk and talks, and we can do those. I'm not going to do a walk and talk every day that I walk, obviously, because I'm going to be walking every day. But once in a while, I'll drive to one of the pretty places and do a walk and talk and share the nature with you. Because we do have about, I don't know how many parks, but they aren't necessarily close to where we live. So sometimes it's a little bit of a drive to get to them. So I wouldn't want to be going to those every day, just because I wouldn't want to be wasting that time driving there, you know, where I could be being more productive with my time if I just walk somewhere that's closer to me. You understand what I'm saying? Everybody breathe. Everybody breathe. It's gonna be all right. Thank you for watching. You guys are always wonderful. That's all. See you on the next one.